Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Councilman.
Happy Friday. Do we have a quorum?
Yes.
We do.
Fantastic. Okay, I just came from Pershing Square on the youth climate strike.
All right.
Dropped off my 16-year-old son and 4 of his friends, signs in hand, fired up, ready to go. Just amazed by the number of people that were there as we see across the country. And if you look at today's agenda, we are advancing technologies that will help with lowering our emissions and address some of our greenhouse gas issues facing our region and our country. So this is the beauty of this committee. This reminds me of why we're here and the work that needs to be done. So with that, do we need to do roll call?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's start with roll call, please.
Supervisor Bartlett,
Here.
Mayor Mitchell,
Here.
and Councilmember Vizcaino.
Here. Okay. So with that, if I can direct your attention, members, to today's agenda. Unless you have any questions, I want to take items 3 and 4 on consent. Any questions on 3 and 4, members? Okay, do I have a motion to approve items 3 and 4?
I'll move it.
Second?
Oh, but wait a minute. I do have to announce on 3
Yes.
that while I do not have a financial interest, I am a member of the California Resources Board, and that agency is involved in this item. So I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to take and approve on consent items 3 and 4. Can we get a roll call vote, please? Oh, do we have any members of the public like to speak on these items?
Oh,
No.
we do have one.
Okay,
Which item?
please come forward.
Which item?
He didn't. Okay, after.
What
we
item
take-
number?
Fill out a card, but item 3 or item 4?
Both for item 3 and 4, general comment.
Okay, you can come over here.
Please come forward. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Your name, please?
My name is Ranji George. I was ex-employee of AQMD, was a program supervisor for 20 years in the Technology Advancement Office, of which you are the chair, sir. I came here to support the motion, the proposal, but I want to make a general comment in light of the recent presidential waiver or removing the waiver for California. It was a tragic decision. In light of that, it's important for this agency and ARB to redouble their efforts to promote the cleanest technology there. And I'm glad that natural gas and battery technology are being pursued. But I would like to make a further plug for hydrogen technologies. It is the most powerful technologies as of today, known to mankind in cleaning up the air. It is as important for mobile sources as solar and wind was in stationary sources. I remember fighting in the trenches for solar and wind, and Mr. Cheney killed that technology, but yet there were other people who redoubled their effort for solar and wind, and today is that. Sir, this Volkswagen settlement, which was hundreds of millions, 95% went to battery technology. I would appreciate this task force or committee to support hydrogen technology, redouble your effort to do it. Put 200 stations in this basin, work with the stakeholders who are making hydrogen cars to increase their production. Because right now, as of now, hydrogen is emergency. It's living on the skin of their teeth. They don't have much funding compared to battery technology. That's all. I appreciate your efforts and thank you, sir, for let me speak.
Thank you for your testimony, sir.
And then you-
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other members of the public wish to speak on items 3 and 4? Please come forward now.
There's no one here.
Thank you. Okay, hearing none, let's do a roll call vote on items 3 and 4.
Supervisor Bartlett,
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilmember Vizcaino.
Yes.
Motion passes 3 yes.
Thank you. Let's now take item number 1. Item number 1 before us, members. We have Ms. White for a presentation.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
With this item, staff is recommending the board to amend awards, issue a program announcement for heavy-duty truck projects under the Prop 1B program, and transfer funds for near-zero emission natural gas trucks. By way of background for the Prop 1B program, a program announcement was issued about a year and a half ago for the final cycle of funding through the Prop 1B program. And this program announcement stayed open until all funds were fully committed. As of March 31st, 2018, all of these funds were encumbered through contracts. Since then, some fleets have declined awards due to financial and other reasons, and other fleets are now opting to switch to a different truck technology that is allowed by the Prop 1B program. The primary example of this is their request to switch from zero-emission trucks to optional low NOx trucks. Following awards for clean truck projects in December 2016 under the Prop 1B program and clean truck project awards in October 2018 for Prop 1B trucks eligible through the Community Air Protection Program, 3 fleets have opted to switch from zero to near zero emission trucks. This will result in turn back funds to the program. The difference in funding levels are shown here, depending on whether it's a Class 7 or 8 truck or Class 6 truck. Overall, these requests will impact 151 truck projects and result in turn back monies of about $8.5 million. Other fleets we know are now planning to submit similar requests in the coming months. On another related item, back in October 2018, the board recognized $8 million from the CEC for early deployment of near zero emission natural gas trucks. This grant will be matched by $2 million each from the Port of LA and Port of Long Beach. Since both the CEC grant and port funds will be dispersed on a reimbursement basis, a temporary loan is needed until this reimbursement process can be completed. Staff's proposal includes amending awards to switch truck technologies as allowed by the funding levels through the Prop 1B program, release a new program announcement for additional truck projects, and execute contracts until all program funds are fully committed, and transfer funds for a temporary loan due to the CEC and port fund reimbursement process. So overall, the recommended actions are amend awards for heavy-duty truck projects upon request by fleet owners and operators to switch truck technology and adjust the funding levels allowed by the Prop 1B program, issue a program announcement for heavy-duty truck projects under the Prop 1B program, authorize the executive officer to execute contracts for eligible truck projects until all remaining program funds are fully committed, and transfer up to $11 million as a temporary loan for deployment of near zero emission natural gas trucks approved under a CC grant. And that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Vicki. Members, any questions on item 1 for us?
I have a question.
Yes, Mayor Mitchell.
I'm wondering how many trucks, the low NOx trucks, are getting funded with our program now. It mentions on one of the slides 151 trucks. Are those all low NOx, or what are we dealing with right now?
Yeah, these trucks, the 151 will be low NOx trucks. I don't have the exact number of near zero natural gas trucks we've funded so far, but I'm guessing it's on the order of 100 trucks so far. The program is being implemented as we go, so we're expecting a lot more invoices to come in.
That's.
All right, and you expect more fleets to submit a similar request, it says here.
Invoices so far, but awarded is a lot more.
Yeah, we've awarded a lot, this board has awarded a lot of near zero truck projects, but the ones that are actually on the road is probably in the hundreds.
How many?
In the hundreds.
Hundreds on the road down here in our fleets
Because
in South Coast.
Yeah, that's our understanding, and we can get the numbers for you, Mayor, but we also understand that there's a manufacturing delay, and that's not just for natural gas, it's for all trucks. So there's been this kind of pent up demand, there's a lot of orders placed, and so there's a waiting list for all trucks, all Class 8s.
All Class 8, whether it's 0 or near 0.
Well, there aren't any.
Right, well,
There's no
0, we don't really,
Yeah, 0.2 and 0.02, there is still, there's a pent up demand, and so there's delays in getting any truck out of the manufacturers.
okay. Yeah, that's interesting because I've been hearing a lot of requests from the clean energy people on the HVIP funding that's coming up because they have, deleted or lessened whatever money that near zero can get out of HVIP. So I'm wondering, what we're doing here to make sure we're getting some near zero on the road down here. So we are doing something.
We also submitted a letter to ARB regarding the HVIP funding, asking for them to ensure that it remains intact. We fully expect the VW combustion category to be oversubscribed because we know there is demand. And so you'll be hearing a kind of an echo from at least the two big districts about the need for further incentives for near zero until the zero emission trucks are commercialized.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. That's all I had. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other questions from members? Any member of the public like to speak on item number 1 that's before us?
Yes, we do have a public comment card, Chairman.
Please come forward. Please come forward. Thank you, Matt.
Michael Munoz.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, I should probably put on my glasses, sorry. Hello, my name is Michael Munoz. I'm the senior researcher at the Los Angeles Alliance for a New Economy, and I've been working on the Our People, Our Ports campaign. I wanted to actually thank this committee for its leadership in protecting the rights of misclassified truck drivers. And I'm talking about the language regarding the compliance with labor laws that's in the application. That sends a very clear message to trucking companies who illegally misclassify drivers as independent contractors, that the AQMD will not turn a blind eye to law-breaking truck companies. We hope that other agencies and departments will follow your leadership and incorporate similar language into their grants and programs intended to introduce or test zero and near zero emission technology. Over the past several months, port trucking companies with long histories of labor violations stand ready to receive and test zero-emission trucks with cutting-edge technology to help bolster their green credentials while forcing drivers into an exploitative, misclassified sharecropping system, all with the help of public agencies and foundations. So again, thank you for your leadership, and we will continue to monitor the grant process to ensure that our public dollars do not go to companies that violate labor and employment laws and force the cost of trucking costs onto the backs of drivers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your testimony. We want to commend AQMD staff for being responsive and alongside my colleagues on the AQMD. What you just heard is a way that we ensure that truck drivers are treated fairly, and I was really pleased here on the city side to lead that effort. And I want to really acknowledge the fact that we have the provisions moving forward. So thank you for your testimony. Any other member of the public like to speak on item number 1? Please come forward.
None here.
Seeing none. Yes?
None here.
Okay, thank you. None here. With that, roll call vote on item number 1.
Supervisor Bartlett,
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilmember Muscatino.
Yes.
Motion passes 3 ayes.
Thank you.
No.
You know what, Chairman, I don't know if we had a motion and a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved too fast on it. Let's now.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Let's just vote.
All right. So we got a motion and a second. The lame testimony got me all fired up. Okay. Motion and a second. So roll call vote now.
Supervisor Bartlett,
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilmember Muscatino.
Yes.
Motion passes 3 ayes.
Thank you. I don't know what we do without you, Matt, keeping us in line. Okay, item number two. Item number 2 is before us.
Hello, everybody. My name's Sam Chow. I just joined the Tech Demo Group a few months ago. After spending 5 years in Cummins, I was a graduate of UCR CSER. So this agenda item, I'm going to talk about the near zero, developing additional near zero natural gas and propane engine for medium duty vehicles. As we all know, medium duty vehicles still makes up a significant portion of on-road mobile source NOx inventory, and according to our AQMD. Our fleet survey also identified additional opportunities for additional emission reductions from the medium-duty vehicles out of a survey of 12,000 vehicles like the chart shown on the right here. Early this year, Ford unveiled a new gasoline engine option, the 7.3, for 2020 upcoming, and replacing the existing popular 6.8. And the 6.8 liter has been very popular, has significant market share in segments like work trucks, buses, vans, and commercial vehicles, and so on. In addition, this 6.8 liter has been converted to near zero levels before. So as a result, staff has received 3 proposals for converting this new 7.3 engine to near zero levels, and all 3 parties has 4 certifications to perform this work. The first proposal is from A1 Alternative Fuel Systems. A1 will partner with SoCal Gas, US Gain, and Worth Indian Industries to develop a natural gas near zero version of this engine. It will follow the standard process as outlined by Ford and the agencies. And A1 will work with its existing customers in segments like public fleets, private fleets, utilities, work trucks, and buses, and so on. The next proposal we have is from Landy Renzo, USA. And Landy Renzo will work with SoCal Gas on developing a natural gas option for this engine. And Landy Renzo will work with its existing customers in the airport, delivery, public, and private utility fleets. The last proposal we had for Agility Fuel Solutions. In addition to the natural gas, Agility also proposed to convert a propane version of this engine, as propane is being preferred for certain applications. So Agility is going to work with SoCal Gas on the natural gas portion of this study, of this proposal. And in addition, Agility will build 2 additional demonstration vehicles for system integration and on-road validation and demo purposes. Here's the cost breakdown. The total cost for all 3 of these projects is expected to be $4.5 million or so. This includes $900,000 pass-through funding from SoCal Gas. The requested cost share amount from South Coast AQMD is expected to be $1.2 million. We recommend to recognize the funds from SoCal Gas and to execute contract with A1, Landy Renzo, and Agility as shown. And that concludes the presentation. I'll take any questions.
Members, any questions?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Mayor, yes.
So you're converting from a gasoline engine? Is that what I understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you convert from diesel engines, or is it only gasoline engines?
You can convert from diesel, and we've done that in other projects, but this particular engine is a gasoline base.
So you take a 7.3 liter gasoline engine and you can convert it to low NOx or propane. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. Thank you. I'll move the item.
Thank you.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any members of the public who wish to speak on item 2, please come forward.
We have 1 speaker card. Ranji George.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Thank you for this opportunity to comment on this item. I was the program supervisor for the school bus program for 10 years, ever since its inception in 2000. And we had a very successful program. Thousands, now over 100,000 kids are driving in, thanks to your support, driving in the cleanest buses in the country. And one of the components was the CNG bus program. We have thousands of them, and 1,000, I should say, and about 500 or 600 run on this Cummins 7.3 liter natural gas engine, and that's a medium. It's classified as medium. And I wasn't sure why that is not being used. If I recall correctly, it was built from ground up, and it was at 0.2 NOx, and it is going to 0.02 NOx. So I'm not sure why we have to go to conversions when conversions is of inferior technologies compared to ground up. And these buses are doing very well as far as I know, and on the ground. It's been there now several years operating. So I would like the staff to put the two comparisons side by side and why we are spending that money into this technology. Maybe I missed something. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of the public? Colleagues, so just to say, in my briefing with Matt on this item 4, so I'm really excited about moving forward on this. Due to the fact that we're modifying existing engines today for cleaner fuel burning with the ability to use cleaner fuel. And that's real excited about having this as a test run. I'm hopeful that it works. And most important, I'm hopeful that, with these 3 projects, these 3 demonstrations, we're able to identify the challenges and successes so we can move forward and make this more affordable for moving forward on other engines with being able to make this transition. So this is good stuff. Our ultimate goal is zero emission technology. We're not there just yet, but we know that this near zero emissions technology is here. And we're hopeful that it moves forward and it works well. So thanks to staff for leading on this. I want to thank the 3 companies, also gas company for partnering with, and of course the district for moving on this and helping ease some of the costs here.
Mr. Chair, if I could comment again.
Yes.
So this program would allow the existing medium-duty trucks to convert to this cleaner version. Is that right? You're already running a gasoline-powered medium-duty truck, and now you can, if this is successful, this program, you can convert it at a fairly reasonable cost to this cleaner technology.
Yeah, I just want to be clear, it's not a retrofit or a repower. It would be new vehicles, but it would enable them to go to 0.02. So unlike the testimony from Mr. George, there is no 0.02 offering by Cummins Westport in this size range. It's only a 0.1 gram engine. So we're actually going to go much lower than that at 0.02.
Okay, so this doesn't allow retrofit. It's the newer medium-duty truck that can take advantage of this.
That's correct.
Okay. I'll just mention that, and some of you probably noted this, Amazon announced it's going to zero electric delivery trucks that are medium duty in this range. 100,000 is their plan to have on the road by 2030. And 10,000 the more immediate near term. So we don't know where they're going to put those, but I would guess that a lot of them will be in California because we have stricter standards. The other thing I want to mention to the public commenter is that CARB has a new regulation that requires school buses and all buses, transit buses, to be zero emission. And there's a fairly tight time frame on that. So public transit and school buses will have to go to zero emission in the near future. So we're going to see an even cleaner transition fairly soon. So that I just wanted to mention those 2 things.
Appreciate that, Mayor Mitchell. So we do have a motion to approve item 2. Second.
Supervisor Bartlett seconded.
Thank you. Okay, with that, let's do a roll call vote on item 2.
Supervisor Bartlett,
Yes.
Mayor Mitchell,
Yes.
Councilmember Buscaino,
Yes.
motion passes 3 ayes.
Thank you. Item 2. Okay, looking, have there been any other business for this committee? Hearing none, any members of the public wish to speak on a non-agenda item? General public comment, please come forward. No one here in Los Angeles.
No one here in Rolling Hills Estates.
No one here in Orange County.
Or Diamond Bar.
Okay, thank you so much. So with that, we are now adjourned. Have a great, blessed weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.